Got to do your work early, and I think you still want to involve Şengün on the offensive side. See if he wants to guard on the perimeter.
So Draymond controlling the tap. Steph and Pajemski, Moses Moody, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green. Butler down the lane on the kick out. Moody catch and shoot three, and off iron there.
That rough one that you lost to go to Vegas, the semifinals of the NBA Cup. But you still feel like you owe this team as Draymond loses it. Van Vliet in there stood his ground.
Ben Thompson on the step around to flip it up and in. A lot of winning for both squads. Şengün pulled the Davidsky off his back foot. And
he's pretty smart, though. He pulled the chair out from under Draymond. Made him get off balance.
Şengün, very deep position, but Draymond still warding him off. Kind of a wild one. Warriors have opened 3 of 12. The Rockets 3 of 10. Curry sidestep three. And even Steph is offline.
Get you an easy one. Now you've seen one go in. Anything can happen for you.
Şengün with deep position. All that skill with the right hand, and he draws a foul.
I was about to say he's having a tough time. Warriors, the shooting lately, like, remember since Jimmy Butler had been here, we had been saying, okay, the Warriors are doing everything else well. They're shooting, they're not consistently shooting it well. But the Rockets, they've come to play. You have the lead, though.
Şengün, 1 of 2 from the line. Larry Smith checking in, and he gives them a perimeter score, and he's a great rebounder. Şengün on Looney. Butler driving the zone. Pajemski on a sidestep three. Off the heel of the rim, and Şengün pushed off, and that was Butler getting to the offensive glass that drew the foul.
You saw that. So, yeah, the shooting, it makes everybody else their job much easier as he's stretching the floor.
Pajemski's getting all he can eat. Out back iron there. I'm headed the other way. Hey, baskets are important tonight. Aaron Holiday off the bench. He's hurt the Warriors. So Aaron Holiday, Van Vliet with Şengün. Jabari Smith and Steven Adams. They've started to do this playing Şengün and Adams together. And they're just monsters compared to the Warriors, but shot clock at 3. Şengün under 30% from 3, missing there. Another rebound. Jabari Smith. I thought he could shoot. Jimmy Butler rattling it out.
Such a good take. Screen the zone, and then you threw it back to the weak side, and Şengün was just late reacting.
Şengün, nice finish on the reverse. Crap in Napa. He was actually born in Merced. And hitting the jumper there is Şengün hit the ground, and so you're going to have a foul on the rebound.
Got in there to try to help out. He just crashed into it, did a little too much.
And the missed free throw target. GP2 missed the layup, got his own rebound. Guy Santos in the lane, and another Warrior turnover. So they're being their own worst enemy right now.
Dribble out of some of these double teams and just try to beat that slow defender, Şengün.
Jalen Green, that athleticism. Butler sent him away. But Şengün there to rebound. Clock at 9. Şengün skip pass, and GP2 read it perfectly.
Oops, Steph Curry.
Curry to Pajemski, open 3. Got it! And Pajemski. Şengün on a switch and putting it up and in. And so he'll draw the foul there, and so he's got something to say too.
Sets up a lot of their drives. He's attacking inside, he kicks it out.
Oh, no. Warriors' inability.
Sets up a lot of their drives. He's attacking inside, he kicks it out.
Oh, no. Warriors' inability. 4-second game shot clock difference winding down the half. Green lightning quick. Draymond met him, but then Şengün cleaned it up.
Oh, that's the problem.
Can you make 10 second half threes after making 10 in the first? Şengün right down the lane.
Yeah, that's how they play. Like the drives at times as well.
Butler will pick up the foul. Draymond has 4. Alperen Şengün, people forget outings against the Warriors.
Yeah, he's got the mid-range game as well. He's got a little more.
Warriors are already over the limit with 5 fouls in the first 2 minutes and 3 seconds of this third quarter.
That is literally the only way Draymond could have finished that, as he misses the free throw.
We have a new one. If you have 2 hands on the ball and you're shooting a layup, you're involved in the wind-up.
Right. Jump into it.
So Draymond with 5 fouls is going to be out for a while. Şengün missing there. Ricochet, Pajemski able to save to Steph.
Going with his zone.
Van Vliet for 3. And Şengün unable to tip initially. You see how small the Warriors are. Pajemski coming up with the rebound, and the Warriors be called for the foul. So Şengün back to the line, but missing there.
Yeah, you mentioned that they're in the bonus now, and you're trying to be so aggressive defensively, and it's a balancing act. Because
when Brooks thought about the three, Looney is in now. Alperen Şengün called for the carry, and the Rockets turn it over.
He definitely discontinued that dribble. Coverage, you have space.
Şengün at the high post. Called his own number. Amen Thompson. Beautiful slice from the baseline.
And the problem started with that fake handoff.
Warriors have won the first three. This one the toughest test. Brooks from the baseline. Dylan Brooks is having a shooting night. This is also how long do you play without Draymond Green with his 5 fouls? Probably the entire rest of the third quarter. He's been your defensive engine. Şengün. Şengün, a little mid-range, and Butler with the rebound. Warriors defense getting any kind of rhythm on this end. Butler on the kick out. Kuminga 3. And Looney another offensive rebound. Steph on a side step 3. Crowd aching for that to go down. Steph on a side step 3. Crowd aching for that to go down.
You got to get back.
And Dylan Brooks is going to get a free one off the missed 3 and dunk it down.
He contested Steph. He cracked Steph on the contest. Really small. So if you could take advantage of that, Coach Kerr would love it.
Steven Adams blocking GP2, and he threw that out to beat the shot clock buzzer.
But again, you've still got the 2 bigs in there.
And just beat OKC resoundingly. They are that good, and they're playing incredibly well. The 2 seed in the West is Şengün. Season high for Denver in those turnovers. Şengün, Butler, then the missed 3, and Şengün with the rebound. Pajemski's got Şengün in the switch. Shot clock at 1, flipped it up and in. Beat the buzzer, and Şengün's got 19.
Hard night for Steph and Jimmy Butler, who only has the 9 points.
Now, you got to credit the Rocket defense. Their game plan, their execution, the talent, and up and down the roster, their relentlessness in guarding Steph Curry.
Something to be happy about. But yeah, you drop this one. Give the Rockets credit.
Rockets shoot it at 48%. They put 5 players in double figures. They hold Steph Curry to 3 points.